Belgium isn't a country that gets a great deal of attention, but it has the third largest government debt in the Eurozone as a percent of GDP. And more importantly, it is more than 450 days since the election, and no government has yet been formed. Joining me now is Etienne de Callatay, who's one of the leading voices in the Belgian financial world. I know there has been a breakthrough between the rival parties, but are we anywhere nearer a finalised coalition government?
It's too early to say that for sure we'll have a government anytime soon, but we may say that in terms of institutional hurdles that we have done a great deal of the job. So today we are definitely more confident than a couple of weeks ago about the likelihood to have before the end of the year a new government.
With this high amount of government debt, isn't there a danger the market will turn on Belgium if the country doesn't get its house in order?
Indeed, you could consider that being aware that Belgium may attract a lot of negative attention from the financial market, that it would push politicians to reach agreement on the new government, but it has not been the case. We have been able to live with this situation, and even if the spread on Belgian bonds versus German bonds has increased quite a lot, it is not up to a point that it is exerting such a pressure that we would rush to get an agreement. So now that the institutional hurdles are over, we still have to handle the economic agenda. We know that we have to go for fiscal consolidation, and parties will have to agree on how to achieve this consolidation.
And is Belgium getting close to that magic 3% budget deficit mark, which is now so important, of course?
Not very far away. We will end this year with a deficit of something like 3.5%. So it means that we are a good couple in the classroom, in the European classroom. So in terms of fiscal deficit, there is no too much room for concern at this stage. But what we know for sure is that we have to go ahead with structural reforms, starting with pension reform, and there it will be more difficult.
And just to take a quick look at the bigger picture, do you sense the European governments are any closer to building a consensus of how to tackle the debt issue?
I'm not so sure. I think that we have a sense of the mood being that we will be able to get out of the crisis with the existing mechanism. We will have maybe to give more ammunition to the European Stabilization Fund. We will have to allow the European Central Bank to be even more lenient in terms of buying second bonds on the secondary market. But I'm not so sure that today people are really ready for great reforms like significant capital increase for largest systemic banks or regarding Greece. So I'm not so sure that the mood is coming from getting closer to the reform, but the hope that the existing solutions will be scaled up and that it will be enough to address all problems.
So Belgian politicians have little more than a month before they reach the 500-day anniversary since the election. We'll continue to bring you expert analysis here on Dukascopy TV, but for now, goodbye.